Hello everyone, Manithral here, and welcome to the OSRS weekly update video. Now this week we have a few things: iOS closed beta and the inventory rework. A few other side announcements though. The RuneScape board game announcement is actually here. So this is going to be RuneScape Kingdom Shadow of Elberg. So I'm very curious to see more about this. I'm definitely, there is miniatures, as I was going to say, as you can see, but as soon as I said I was going to say that, okay, there you have the knight, and right here is supposed to be the wizard, and right there's the wizard, and then down here we have Elberg himself, so there's that. So we can follow all over the action, so we can follow the campaign with the link that's right here. But then you could also go to the Steamforged blog and check that out. There's also a dedicated tabletop group over on Facebook you could check out. So do check those things out. I mean, me personally, I'm going to be getting the game. I want to show it to you guys. Now, whether I can get a group of friends together to play it or not, that's a different story. Because it would be pretty cool to show and, get that and, show it to you guys. The other thing is there is currently a concept and rewards, so I do want you guys to go and check it out, especially if you're passionate about any of the updates coming out. And this is about the Giants Foundry. This is the concept and rewards. So there is some quest requirement. Well, there's currently no quest requirements, but just 15 smithing from what is listed. And that's for the Sleeping Giants quest. So keep that in mind. They have a bunch of different gameplay. Honestly, it looks a lot like, well, actually, it looks pretty cool. Looks a lot more interesting than the Artisan Workshop and RS3, I will say that. But as you can see, there's a lot to go over, including the rewards, which is ore packs, molds, 8 cannonball mold instead of the traditional 4, smithing catalyst. You got Gavok's Grog, Hill Giant Club Ornament Kit, Giant's Helm. So do check it out. Give your guys' review. This way they know if there's something they should change. I mean, that's how it works. Then we got the inventory rework and more for today for the update. So the anti-drag options has been reworked a little bit. So when active, dragging an item won't register as a drag until the specified delay has passed, at which point the item will jump to your cursor and be dragged around as normal. So there's going to be a little delay just to make sure people are doing what they intended to do. So the anti-drag has a toggle feature on and off, just in case you're not really too worried about that. There's a drag delay, so how long in milliseconds you have to drag an item before. So by default, it is set to 500 milliseconds. There is an enable key, so if set, you must hold the key down to activate anti-drag. Sorry, guys. My cat is went berserk there for a second. Options include always on, shift, default, and control. You can have a disable key for it too. There is examine info. There's more examine info now too as well. That was just for the anti-drag options. But now examining an item will now give you the grand exchange, high and low alch values. Items which are untradeable will not show in the grand exchange value, and items which cannot be alchemized will not show the high alch or low alch values. And again, you can adjust this feature in the settings. If you're using RuneLite, you already really have this at your disposal. And there's also the iOS closed beta. So the closed beta is new for the iOS client, so keep that in mind. There's the buff bars, the fishing spot indicators, the HUD improvements, NPC information, combat styles, the agility and slayer helpers, chambers of Zarek helper, woodcutting and ore respawn timers, increased draw distance, navigation tile indicators, chat improvements, entity highlights for NPCs, which is new to mobile, and much, much more. So keep that in mind. So there is potential mobile phishing scams out there. So if you're unsure about any communication you receive, check your account mailbox to verify legitimacy. So successful applicants have been contacted through their account mailbox and should also receive email confirmation from the Apple Store now that the beta is live. So make sure you are getting it not only from the Apple Store, but also in your account mailbox. So further communications will be through the official Old School RuneScape Discord and exclusive to the hashtag iOS beta announcements, the hashtag iOS beta bugs, the hashtag iOS beta feedback, and the hashtag iOS beta general channels. So do check that out. There is some current issues, which is the UI appears too small on devices that use a 4:3 aspect ratio. Collapsing the mini-map on mobile can cause a multi-way combat icon to disappear behind it. The gauntlet timer displays incorrectly on the side panel. Interfaces displayed on the top left dodge the side panel when chat is closed. Interfaces displayed in the top left dodge the side panel when chat is closed. Using a chat box to DM other players or search a grand exchange or bank can cause it to become unusable. Some loading screen elements display incorrectly. Minimap icons do not appear after going to areas which use the link below. There is a misaligned text in the cutscene during A Tale of Two Cats. Using the entity highlights feature causes large FPS drops in God War's dungeon instances. Grid lines can appear in multiple places, and inventory UI shifts slightly on some devices. Deadman Finale Rerun. The first beta is going live Thursday, April 21st, so tomorrow. Unfortunately, they have to postpone the beta once more until April. The next one, Friday, April 29th. So, on March 30th, following the usual game update process, they quickly became aware of an issue that caused a small number of core systems that both support OSRS and RS to behave unexpectedly for a short period of time. So these systems are the same ones they use to control their live architecture, manipulate configurations for things like leagues, Deadman, PvP, Rota, and worlds used for other betas. While the root cause is still being investigated, they are refraining from using these systems to avoid the issue occurring again and potentially causing further issues in-game. So, yeah, so it's actually not tomorrow like they had it originally said, but it is going to be now Friday, April 19th, or 29th, assuming everything gets fixed in time. There is some other changes, so they removed some trees between the Revenant Caves, south entrance and exit. The Book of Darkness is now recognized as a Rosian item. And don't forget that April 27th is the launch of the Beneath Cursed Sands, so that will be coming out next week. Otherwise, you do have the official merch store, which you can still celebrate Leagues 3, which I know I had fun with it. I kind of got out of it after a little while, but it was still pretty fun. And it has nothing here listed about the PvP World Rota, so that is probably going to be postponed, much like the finale, probably until at least the 29th. So keep that in mind. It's probably going to be a bit. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, well, later, guys.